So what does Kodak going bankrupt have to do with your home-based business? I'm going to teach you that lesson and all that much more in today's morning marketing tip. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this is Greg Gomez III, founder, CEO, MLMBusinessBlueprint.com with another morning marketing tip to help you improve the performance of your home-based business, adding dozens of people every week in your home-based company. So today's marketing lesson is a really important one. As of this time, we are experiencing a huge turmoil in our economic climate. Lots of companies that have been blue chips have been going under for quite some time now, bailouts and all kinds of negative things happening in the economy. And I'm not going to make this a negative point, but I do want to take one lesson in this economy, one company that specifically has failed over the last few years that had opportunities to capitalize on a success, and I want to make sure you understand the importance and relevance to your home-based business. So here it is. Kodak, if you haven't heard, has gone bankrupt, and the reason that it's gone bankrupt is for several factors. Number one, really one of the most important factors, is analog versus digital. Kodak had the opportunity to be able to capitalize on digital revolutions. In fact, it was the company that invented digital cameras. Think about that. It invented the camera that literally, or the technology that pretty much cannibalized it and destroyed it over the course of the last few years. But it decided to not cannibalize and not progress. It saw where the market was going and decided, no, we don't want to do this. We don't want to destroy our own business for what's coming. We want to protect what we have in order to, continue our businesses going. So look at the lesson here. Here's what wound up happening. They did. Other companies came in to fill that void. You got to understand, the marketplace had a want and a desire for digital photography. Obviously, I'm using one of those things right now for digital photography. I'm using my iPhone for that, right? But here's the thing. Just because they wanted to hold on to an older way of doing things, that doesn't mean that they were protected or sheltered against the change. Do you understand that? This is a critical point to understand. You got to understand, in your business, in our environment, in this economy, wow, so much is changing so rapidly. And you need to, in your business, understand that with these changes come great opportunities. And you can either bury your head into the sand and pretend like those changes aren't coming, or you can pull your head off, dust off the sand, and focus on what opportunities are ahead. Try to concentrate on where things are going versus where they are. Great hockey player, Wayne Gretzky, has had probably one of the most brilliant quotes I've ever heard in my life, and it is, don't go where the puck is, go where the puck is going. You understand that? Don't go where the puck is, because it's not going to stay there. Go where the puck is going. Once you've identified and you understand this concept in your business, what will wind up happening is you'll start to realize opportunities that are coming up for you. Okay, so let me give you a couple of examples here to really demonstrate what I mean. Old school network marketing approaches or home-based business approaches, even direct sales, door knocking, friends and family, talking to referrals. These are all old school approaches that can work. I'm not saying they don't work. I'm saying they can work. However, what more and more of your top successful internet or industry leaders are doing is they're using and leveraging technologies to do a more of a filtration process. So what do we do when we actually talk to a person live, when we actually get them in front of us, we talk to a friend or family member? We qualify them. We figure out, are they going to have some interest in what it is we have to offer? We make sure that it's going to be something that's going to be of benefit to them, and then we move them on to some type of next step. We educate them on what it is so they can make a buying decision. They can tell us a yes or a no, right? And then we try to objection handle or whatever their issue is, and we solve it from there. Okay, so that's the old way of doing things, and that still works. I've built organizations that have added over 247 people every week into my teams using these older models of doing things. Notice I don't do them as much. Still hugely effective and still absolutely one of the most foundational pieces of the puzzle. However, enter the realm of technology. What does technology do? It gives us the ability to leverage that process. So now that I understand what who my ideal market is and what they need to hear, I can use marketing processes to be able to deliver that message to that target market on a more consistent basis. How annoying is it to have to go out and prospect folks for your business only to find out after 10, 20 minutes of talking to them they weren't really a valid candidate in the first place, right? Or they were only playing along because they were a friend or a colleague or someone who felt like, they were taking pity on us for our business. It's not what you want in your home-based entrepreneurial efforts. So what do? By using cold marketing strategies and by using marketing tactics to be able to, number one, get your market to raise their hand. So by identifying the right target market, what you're ultimately doing is saying, okay, this group of people has the best likelihood to join my business or to consume my product or to gain benefit from the offer that I have available for them. Now, out of that much smaller group than promoting to the world, we then automatically deliver a message to them that educates them, pre-sells them, preconditions them, and pre-formats and pre-frames your offer in their mind so that by the time you talk to them, they've already been qualified. They've already demonstrated their interest. That's why they're raising their hand and taking action and opting into your list or contacting you or whatever medium you choose to use, leaving a message for you on your voicemail. Side note, this doesn't have to be just online. You can do this offline. Works totally fine. You can use newspaper ads, brochures, flyers, pamphlets, anything that drives them to some type of free recorded message that leaves mechanically your sales message for them. And then if they like what they hear, they can leave you a voicemail. It's very simple to do. Lots of services out there provide free voicemail accounts. SimpleVoicebox.com is one of my favorite. And when you do this, they leave you a message. Think of the quality of that prospect versus you going out and prospecting that person yourself. Do you understand that? That's totally offline. It has nothing to do with the internet. Okay? So the process is what you need to understand. Kodak in its business had the opportunity to make those advances, but because it wanted to hold on to what it used to be, because it wanted to pretend that things weren't changing, what ultimately happened was other folks, other companies came in, filled that void, and ultimately they did the cannibalizing for them. So instead of them innovating, instead of them moving forward, instead of them taking the bold steps forward and innovating in an arena that needed to be innovated, they chose to fall behind, to try to pretend like it wasn't coming. And they tried to protect their market share by just doing the same old stuff that they did. And what ultimately happened is by the time they realized, oh crap, digital marketing or digital technology, digital cameras are not going away. This is the way of the future. They were forced to follow instead of lead. My friend, right now in this economy, in this business, in this industry, as I adjust myself, you're seeing this level of cannibalism going on in our network marketing industries and our direct sales organizations. You are either A, choosing to bury your head in the sand and ignore that and ride out this existing process, the old school way of doing things, for the next couple of years, and then it will be completely dead, which I considered already. Or B, you can choose to look where the puck is going, identify what works best for you and what will work best for you in the future, so that you can not only make your processes much simpler for recruiting, but ultimately protect and insulate the future of your business, your residual income, and your future as an entrepreneur, so that you don't have to go back to the JOB, or you can leave the JOB in the first place and be able to confidently step forward and say, I know what's coming, or I'm prepared for what's coming, and I can make the most of it because I've embraced these technologies. Now, one of the big setbacks that folks say is, I'm so non-techie, I'm so afraid of these changes. That's not what my company tells me to do. You know what? Here's the reality. That's burying your head in the sand. If you want to make excuses and say, I can't do the technology stuff, you're right. You can't do the technology stuff. Guess what? Everyone else that's doing the technology stuff did not start birth with a microchip in their head. Well, not most of us anyways. It was a huge struggle for me to learn how to do it. It took me 6 months of solid dedication of learning the tech stuff to get it done. I don't care if you're 17 or if you're 1700. I don't care if you're 77 years old. The technology stuff is something at this stage you can learn should you choose to allow yourself to learn it. So step number one, give yourself permission to be able to do this, and give yourself permission to be able to do it for as long as you need to in order to get it. It will take some time, that's fine. Let's get the basics down, stay plugged into these marketing tips. We cover some of the basics for you here. Really what's more important is the marketing concepts. That's the big thing. Second thing that you need to do then is pick one specific category. Don't try to master everything, blogging, video SEO, pay-per-click marketing, all this other stuff. You can't master all of that stuff. In fact, even me, I've been doing this over 8 years, 9 years online. One of the first people that did funded, branded marketing funnels online. I still don't know everything. I still take coaching from other folks who do other forms of marketing and advertising because I don't know how to do it, and I've never mastered that. But I know PPC. I know sales conversion. I know website optimization. I know how to do a lot of these strategies, and I know how to do offline phone conversions with it. So that's what I teach my team to do, and we convert like crazy. But the thing is, you don't have to learn everything. Just pick one specific thing and master it. Third thing, free is not always free. This is one of the most important things I throw in there. People always try to dip their toe with the free stuff. I'll tell you, I have not yet seen anybody who's made long-term success off of the free stuff not come without actually investing into paid stuff, whether that was coaching or whether that was pay-per-click marketing or some type of form of paid advertising. Free is not always free. Look at it this way. If you exchange your hours for dollars at $10 an hour and you book your free stuff at $10 an hour, how many hours are you investing into your business? How much time does it take you to spend on Facebook generating leads that way? Not saying it's a bad process, but it's costing you a minimum of $10 an hour in order to get that done. So start looking at it that way, or $20 an hour, or whatever your per dollar hour or per hour dollar worth is. That's what it's investing, or that's what you're investing. That's what it's costing you, quote unquote, to do those free strategies. You understand? So rule number one, give yourself permission to do this. Make yourself aware, and again, make the dedication to go where the puck is going and not where it's been. Number two, go out there and ultimately invest in yourself. Take the time to be able to give yourself the time to go out there and focus and do these things for yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Just give yourself permission to do it. And third and most importantly, take action. Go out and pick one strategy and master that. And you will see that as you do this, you'll start to get more and more understanding. And as you do, you'll start to improve your recruiting. You'll start improving your processes. And most importantly, you'll start to actually see yourself get more confidence. And you'll not bury your head in the sand. And you'll start heading towards where the puck is going. And you'll start to capitalize on this business future. My friend, we are in one of the most exciting times in our industry that you can possibly be an entrepreneur. Right now, more money is being exchanged. Wealth transformations are happening for everyday regular people just like you and me every single day. Folks, students that I've talked to and I've helped work with, going from $1,000 a month to over $50,000 a month in revenue over the last year. Exciting times that we live in. And it's all available for you to do as well. You are good enough. You are capable of doing it. You just got to make the decision to do it. As always, I appreciate you. You could have been anywhere in the world. You chose to spend the last 12 minutes with me here ranting about why Kodak's failure is a great marketing lesson for you. And I would encourage you, don't be a Kodak. Go out there and take the digital age by the horns. Start understanding it, because it is the way of the future. It's not going away, my friend. As always, implement, take action. Comment below, subscribe to the right, like and +1 above, share, comment. And if you want additional coaching, if you're ready for that level of coaching for yourself, if you want somebody to help you with implementing these strategies and explaining these things to you step by step, biggest thing I would tell you to do is comment below, let us know that, reach out to us with your contact information. You can send an email to support@mlmbusinessblueprint.com, subject line, I'm ready for the next step, and put in why you should be considered for our coaching programs or to work with me personally. I don't take on many personal coaching students, but if that's something you want, you can comment in that section, send an email, and explain to me why that is. I'll make sure it gets on my desk. I'll read all of those personally, and I'll do my best to help you out with what level is appropriate for you to help you move to the next step. As always, go get them. Rock and roll, go close, take action on this stuff, implement, and I'll see you on the top. I'll see you on stage. Oh, one last thing. You're awesome. Take action, and I'll see you on the next video.